Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the October 5th, 2024 meeting of Community Board 11, Environment, Open Space and Parks Committee. My name is Rosa Diaz, and I am the chair of this committee. This meeting is called to order at 6:32. Tonight, we are joined by Khalid Nixon, the staff liaison to our committee. In order to conduct an efficient meeting, let's observe a few ground rules. No one may speak up to run to the floor. Community board members, please, if you have any questions about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. To raise your hand through Zoom, click the participant icon, and you will find that the raise hand function there. Members should not engage in a back and forth discussion. The chair will recognize the next person to speak. Please give your questions and comments brief and on topic to the discussion. Members of the public, if you have any questions or comments about the subject of the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. Thank you so much. Roll call Khalid. Thank you again.
Okay, committee members. Just to remind you that there are 9 total members on this committee, 5 are needed for 4. Jocelyn Cruz, Rosa Diaz,
Present.
Ellie Johnson emailed to request to be excused. Connie Lee,
Present.
Lee McCullough, Samantha Pedro,
Present.
Debbie Quinones,
Present.
Russell Schuler, present. Michelle Rosado Clement.
Present.
Working.
The agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead by the board office and was posted online. No objection, we will adopt the agenda as stated. Meeting members, if you object to adopting the agenda, please raise your hand to be recognized. Anyone on Zoom? Seeing no objection, the agenda for tonight's meeting is adopted. Minutes for our last meeting was distributed to the committee members ahead of time at the board office. If there's no objection, we will adopt the minutes. Committee members, do you object to adopting the minutes via Zoom? Okay. Seeing no objection, the minutes from last meeting are adopted. The minutes of tonight's meeting will be taken by myself, and we are going to announce. Anyone has any announcements? On Tuesday, December the 10th at 6 p.m. at Julia de Burgos Cultural Center, thank you so much. It's going to have an event, a community conversation. Everyone is welcome to join. The conversation will be about learning about the status of the Marqueta redevelopment plan. From December 26th all the way to January 12th, 2025. You are able to about the holidays and say goodbye to your trees, and you can drop it off at different sites. So you can obtain 3 bags of mulch, which will be available from January 11th to 12th. I'm not sure if you guys use the QR, but this was sent out by the board office. I'm just literally just saying. On Thursday, tonight, December 5th at 5:30 p.m. It's the annual holiday lighting in Central Park. I'm guessing they having it like already. Might have finished, never mind it. Okay, we will continue with the agenda unless somebody else has any other announcements. Mr. Roscoe, do you have any announcements?
As the update, and announce an update for the event that I went to on November the 20th, at the park, with VIP services in the Bronx, in the shelter to plant some balls. They brought their homeless shelter men, 6 to 8 of them, the staff, the chief of their recreational staff participated. And with the balls that will be ready to bloom. Right. That was really receptive by Mr. Daniels there, director there. LC and board member, council, she showed up. Festive, it was cooperative, they want to see how they could potentially do more work there. I suggested to them the opportunities for adopting a park. That their park were to be adopted by the board. This ongoing dialogue, VIP services also wants to be able to, they have some suggestions of things around security and putting up lights or seeing good lights with people who are not welcome or really not there to using the park, using the issue with the park. And that's what motivated me to say they want to adopt. Folks that have. Before that, appreciate what details more about what VIP does as a service, what the shelter does, and what the resources they want to happen out there. Participants were making a special outreach to me to get more involved. They want to be more involved.
Thank you so much. Thank you for going. I know I wasn't able to make it, but for going. Also on November 19th, the Central Park photography in partnership with Parks and New York City TOT released its Central Park Life Safety and Circulation Study. The report outlined 14 community-informed recommendations to improve safety and mobility on the drive. As part of the process, New York City TOT has committed to repaving and restriping the entire length of the drive starting in the summer of 2025, sorry. Plan changes in the medium term would include exploring a protected below grade bike on the lane on the 86th Street Transverse Road and other transverse roads, replacing outdated thank you traffic signals with more effective signals aimed. It could be carded explicitly as bikers and pedestrians, and working with city agencies to improve bike infrastructure on all streets surrounding the park.
No, I wanted to add that it's sound quality over, it's very, yeah. It's very cloudy and it's not picking up very well.
Is there
And it's actually cutting off.
Is there anybody online that's having a difficulty hearing us right now? Connie, can you confirm if you're having difficulty hearing us?
It's difficult to understand and hear you.
It's a bit muffled.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah. Might have to just speak up a little bit more. There's a cross from the thing as well, so speak up a little bit more.
Informational update.
Wait, friends from East River Escalon, I don't know if maybe they have it.
Yes, it was.
Whoever's from
Hi,
Friends.
I'm here. Ashanique Rodriguez. I'm the executive director of Friends of the East River Esplanade.
Yes, Janine, go ahead. Did you have
Sorry. No,
Then-
I raised my hand because it was a little bit hard to hear you guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. So we'll try to project as best as we can. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks.
Okay, city agencies and partners.
We have Sashi and Matt. Parks.
Okay, Tapashi, you have the floor.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good night. My name is Sebastian Ryan. I am the Historic Harlem Parks Administrator. Just a few updates tonight. We have the Marcus Garvey Park Alliance tree lighting coming up this month on December 10th, next Tuesday, from 5 to 6:30 p.m. One of the tree lightings and where they will start is at 124th Street and 5th Avenue, more on the northern end of the park. That's in terms of our events. And I also have great news. In Harlem, we're going to have in Harlem Parks, we'll have our first holiday market in Jackie Robinson on the Saturdays in December. So this is December 7th, 14th, 21, and 28. There will be a holiday market from 12 to 6 in the band shell. So that's at 148th Street and Bradhurst Avenue. The ADA access is 150th Street and Bradhurst. It's the market. It's the people who do the Uptown Night Market on 12th Avenue and the Bronx Night Market. So they're coming to Jackie Robinson. So please spread the word and feel free to take a trip over. And my last update is regarding the construction in Marcus Garvey. Connie, I'm so sorry. They moved over to the eastern section of the park from 120th Street east of 5th Avenue to Madison Avenue, abutting but not exactly near the dog run. So they're expected to work in that area until Christmas, but of course that's weather dependent. This begins phase three of three of the Marcus Garvey construction. Again, they're working on regrading the pavement, clearing out our drains, and they did add some benches as well. So this is not the complete phase three. They are going up to right now. You can still enter in 120th Street and go into the dog run. Something that area will be closed off. I don't have an estimate of when. And the section on the western side will also open within December, weather dependent as well.
Thank you. We have a question from one of the members.
Good
Okay.
evening. I'd like to find out more information about holiday market in parks, in particular Harlem Art Park. I'd like to find out more about that. If there's any way that you can assist me, maybe for next year, we can explore that. What's the process that is required?
Sorry, to have a holiday market in a park?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, it is the question.
Okay, so depending so typically it goes through our revenue department, and you would communicate to them what you're planning to do, how many vendors you'll have, what's the cost of each item on your menu. Revenue goes through a whole process of collecting every detail from the vendor in terms of what your setup will look like, what you're advertising, the cost of your items. And then they're able to generate a cost from the parks department and legal contracts as well that you'll read through and sign. And then on our end, we just kind of make sure you have access, how is your access? And many of the holiday markets, they're on open plazas. So you'll notice Columbus Circle, it's that general open space on 59th Street. At Union Square, again, is another open space where the vendors just come in. Jackie Robinson is the first one where we have to provide access to them, kind of on the interior of a park. So we had to coordinate and make sure, like, you have your insurance for having vehicles drive on to parkland. There's also insurance for everyone who's working under your markets as well. So it's a bit of a process, but happy to share the revenue TUA with you if you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much.
I'd like to just give a shout out for Mulchfest upcoming. I know we spoke about this a little bit already. I'll drop a link in the chat. Hi, everyone. This is Matt Ginrich. I'm the recently appointed regional manager for CB11 Parks. We are happy to announce that Marcus Garvey will actually be a host of a chipping site this year on January 11th and 12th, which is a Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We can send out more details as those come about. But people are, people are looking to discard their trees this holiday season from December 26th to January 12th. People can bring their trees to designated drop-off sites as long as all the ornaments, garland, lights, Christmas tree stands, wiring is all removed. Those can be properly chipped and disposed of. District, there are a couple sites near District 11 that people can drop off sites at 145th and Lenox at Colonel Young Park. Marcus Garvey, you can drop off your trees, and then St. Nicholas Park has a drop off at 133rd and St. Nicholas Avenue, and then Morningside is at 123rd and Morningside Avenue. And for those people who are unable to take their park to a tree, or to take their tree to a park, you can set your tree out on recycling days after December 26th, and sanitation will pick your tree up and make sure it gets composted, as long as, once again, all your ornaments, lights, garland, wires, tree stands, everything is removed, and it's just the tree itself. So I'm happy to answer any questions, and I will drop a link from our parks website for drop-off locations throughout the borough of Manhattan for people to peruse.
Thank you, Matt. We have two questions. One of them is, can we please have your phone number? And
Yes, I'll email you, or I'll send you my email and my phone number.
Okay, great. And
That was the question, because since he knew you don't have his contact.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else from our and then the other. The new one.
If you place it somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I oversee districts 7, 9, 10, and 11 for parks operations in Manhattan.
Who are you replacing?
So Robert McLean was the regional manager. He's over on the east side now.
We are doing this.
Upper east side, I think.
Or you may have known him as Michael McLean. Robert Michael McLean.
Yes, he came a couple of times. Yes, thank you. Okay, do we have anyone from the Department of Sanitation?
We also have David Salerno on the call.
Oh, cool. David, the floor is yours.
Hello, I can just real quick, I'll give the updates for Randall's Island. First, we're really excited. We finally have opened the new RFK Bridge pedestrian crossing from 125th Street. The old one used to drop you off behind the Parks Garage, and it was really kind of an ugly place to land. The new walkway that along the RFK Bridge now drops you down kind of by where the ferry dock is at the north end of the event lawn near Icon Stadium in the park. So it is now actually dropping you in the park as opposed to near a garage. It's also much more accessible and is bike friendly. So that recently opened just this past week. It's part of the new RFK Bridge ramp project on the island. They are opening that one. Eventually, they'll open a northern one that drops you down by the Bronx Shore Field near the orange public restroom up there. But for now, the southern one is now open, completely open to the public. And it's real exciting. It'll be really great when we get into the warmer weather, when people want to come out to the park for barbecuing or events. Aside from that, I don't have too much else to update. There's one event that I did want to call out to people. It's the Christmas bird count. It's on December 15th. It's actually a nationwide event. Randall's Island is participating. It's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's open to birders from beginner to up, and it's a way for track the bird counts around the country. I believe it's also taking place in some other parks around the city, including some other Harlem parks. So it's a really, really great event. There is a registration link on the Randall's Island website, and also I believe through the parks website you can find it. But again, it's a great event, very family friendly, and you don't need to have any experience with birds if you want to come out and kind of help track what birds we're seeing around the park. And that's about it. I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has anything.
Yes, we have one question from Michelle.
Yes, thank you. I always enjoy hearing what's happening on Randall Island. I wanted to find out specifically the spoke about bridge opening, which I am very glad that that has happened because going to where it was just not as, you know.
I'm having, sorry.
Or you come closer.
Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you. Sorry.
For the bridge, I'm very glad that that has happened. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay. Curious to find out, the previous bridge, there was a problem with bikes, going really quickly across and just like blowing their things like, oh no, get out my way, and you really have to like jump out the way. Is there some sort of a divider with the bike and for pedestrians on the new bridge?
The RFK Bridge, they will be putting up a protectional signage. There's no divider. It's still a pedestrian bridge. It's just wider. It's wider than the old one used to be, so there is more room on the bridge for both pedestrians and bikes. It doesn't have the activity that the 103rd Street does, which was the one that we still have the issues with bikes coming over, especially the motorized bikes. But there's no divider on it as designed, but it is much wider than the old one.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.
Do we have anyone from the Department of Environmental Protection? So now we have parks advocacy groups. Any other community birthday organizations on the line?
Did Friends of East River Esplanade want to
Oh, nice.
speak or provide any agency informational updates or?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashanique Rodriguez, and I am the executive director of the East River Esplanade. So we just wanted to talk really briefly about the spring crochet mural that has been on the Esplanade that we have received so many good compliments about. Unfortunately, we did have to take it down, but we are pretty much in the works of trying to figure out what will be put up for next year. The We Care for Harlem that was made by Carmen, the community artist. She will work with us again next year, and we're gonna figure out what we can put to put a little brightness on the FDR, as everyone really loved the crochet mural and the flowers. It was a really good brightening up for the Esplanade. We also have been advocating endlessly about the lights and the other safety issues that we have received. We receive endless complaints about the lighting on the Esplanade as many people walk through there just to get home, bikers, pedestrians. We have been reaching out to Robert McLean, as he has informed us that he has been reaching out to DOT to fix these lighting issues. It has been many months, unfortunately, that we have been dealing with the lighting issues on the Esplanade and complaints of assault. So we're hoping that this gets fixed as soon as possible. Our lighting further down on the 60s has been fixed after many months as well of complaining. So we're very hopeful and hoping to get an update on the lighting in East Harlem. And of course, we're very excited to hear if the EDC does present and let us know what we can expect in the coming year of updates that should happen in East Harlem. And, we just wanted to briefly recap our events and our activities that we have had this year that has been a success. We have partnered with Goodwill, and we had 2 really exciting fishing events with elder adults that have disabilities, and they really enjoyed the fishing up on 96th Street. We had 2 events that were strictly for Goodwill, and then we had another open to the public fishing event with DEC. And it was very popular. We have many pictures. We try to update the public with our events that we do have on the Upper East Side, and also let them know our advocacy issues that we have been pushing for, the sinkholes and the lighting. So we just wanted to keep the public updated on that.
That's great. I do have a question. Any members have a question for me?
Shawnee, can you spell your name for me, please?
I'm sorry?
Can you give us your full name, please, and can you spell it so I can type that in for my minutes, please?
Yes, my name is Ashanique Rodriguez, ASHANIQUE, last name RODRIGUEZ.
Thank you.
Yes, so if you have any flyers of any event, do you mind sending it to us ahead of time so we can also blast it out to community members?
Yes, that would be great. Right now, we are a little slower on the events because of the weather, and we do everything outdoors. But we have had also bird watching on the Esplanade, and we do plan to have one in the winter where we have at least a minimum of 10 to 15 participants, and they really enjoy it. So I will make sure to send you any events that we have on the Esplanade.
That's awesome, thank you. And also, I don't know if you heard, but Matt is taking over from Roberts.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have
Ashanice, I put my information in the chat, so feel free to email me the locations where there are issues, and I'll be happy to help send those on to my contact with DOT.
Oh, perfect.
Some of our operations along the East River Esplanade are still handled with Robert, but I'm happy to help. So just send me the information, and I'll help get stuff corrected as much as I can.
Great, thank you so much. I appreciate that because we have been reaching out to Robert endlessly about the lighting because we do get the complaints from people, just pedestrians, locals that tell us all the time that the lighting needs to be fixed. And I believe there's like over 10 to 12 lights that need to be replaced.
Okay, just all you have to do is send me the cross streets from point A to point B,
Okay.
and I'll send that to DOT. You don't have to mark out each individual light. Okay.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're gonna keep the agenda moving. Thank you guys so much and connected to solve the problem. That's awesome. And now we have a presentation and discussion. Brief overview of DSNY snow plan for Manhattan community for District 11. Who's gonna present? What would I present?
None of our DSNY representatives came along, but I did say that if that doesn't happen, we at least stop the language from them, so you can just review it with the committee, and if anyone has any questions, we can forward it to. Say that, Alicia.
You wanna go there? Samantha, you're close.
Samantha, would you like to read that?
Night refuse collection. Service will remain midnight through 8 AM. Residents and other city agencies should always place their refuse, recycling, and residential organic material curbside the night before service in the following manner. Utilizing bins with tight-fitting lids after 6 PM and utilizing bags after 8 PM. There is a change taking effect November 12th, 2024. The service area will impact sections 111, so that's East 96th Street through East 110th Street, and East 110th Street through East 120th Street. We'll have the same amount of manpower on the midnight through 8 AM shift and the 4 PM to 12 midnight shift. Both shifts will have a minimum of 5 sanitation workers in order to operate spreaders in case of a snow event. If a larger storm is expected, the manpower would be supplemented based on snow depth predictions. Regarding the bin mandate, effective November 1st, 2024, all city agencies are to comply with placing their refuse in bins with tight-fitting lids. Whether the material is being stored or placed curbside for service, they're required to have bins with tight-fitting lids. Effective November 12th, 2024, all residential properties with 1 to 9 units will be required to comply with placing their refuse in bins with tight-fitting lids. Effective June 1st, 2026, these properties will be required to use official New York City bins.
Have we seen the bins around?
We have seen the bins,
Sometimes around it.
although they're overfilled, and even though they could be tight fitting to begin with, they're still all the way open.
You can also ask for the next time to see if DSNY has done any. They should apply the issues. Yeah, what I heard so far is when they were talking about the mandates, getting fired bin and so on and so forth, but since it's been in effect, I haven't heard anything yet about the charge or situation.
I don't think even people even know, because I haven't, I think a few bins only, but I have seen it a lot of garbage outside and there are still munching on it.
But remember, the bids have to be up by a certain, like, they get to be up earlier. And then it's after 8 where it's just the garbage bags are still allowed. And so that's gray area for rat. So that is a working point to find out if violations have been.
Okay, oh, but see, utilizing bags after 8 p.m., that would have been fine after 8 p.m., but now with this bin mandate effective, so the bags that are no longer allowed at this point.
Right, I was saying that I'm still seeing bags, that's not changing.
And I'm seeing a bag overflowing in the tight fitting,
So,
tight fitting things.
so the next question will be for DSNY in terms of what are they doing to stop that? And are they chances for issue violations?
It would be great to have them here, you know.
Will we invite Siani and Smith?
I thought you were supposed to present like 2 months ago, maybe
She did, she came by, she did with us,
Oh, I was not there, I remember.
She came up online, she was online.
Yeah.
To review the bid mandate, that was her. All of that. And they're going into their snow plans, so they're also hiring snow shovelers, snow laborers as well, so we're sharing the information that they gave us.
Thank you. Anyone has any old business? Beautiful, any new business? I am actually to put this like as a discussion so we can start getting. I'm sorry, I can't see anyone, I'm sorry. Xavier, you have the floor.
Thank you, everyone. Very much plugged in to how crazy my schedule has been. And want to thank her for showing up yesterday, feels like a lifetime ago, with dealing with Maggie's Magic Garden. But I wanted to draw attention to the issues with the East River Esplanade. Had a meeting with Civitas. And for those members who may be new or not aware, typically a lot of this reporting back with the externalized facing meetings happens at executive committee and the chair report, but had a meeting with Civitas dealing with the section of the Esplanade from 107th to 117th Street. We'd like to take a tour of the sections that have actually been worked on down in the 50s and to see what the potential is. Espiat, our congressman, definitely wants to take this on board, would like to hear from us. Civitas wants to align and work together with this. And this is very important that we get the collective equitable investment that we deserve in this community and actually create a true impact on climate change. Being at the ribbon cutting for Metropolitan Hospital, their flood wall, and those that remember Hurricane Sandy, it decimated the facilities due to the flooding. If it were not for the luck of the tides, things would have been 100 times worse for this community. Repairing the Esplanade will be part of that preventative course for not just East Harlem, but the rest of Manhattan. So stay tuned. Rosa will plug you in when we're going to plan a tour. And I hope to have as many of you there as possible. So thank you so much. Wishing everyone happy holidays, and I'll see you at full board.
Xavier, I think we have a question.
No, I don't have a question. I was just gonna make a statement about Metropolitan Hospital stone wall that they put in that had the artwork by Hiram Aristani.
Yes, yes, please, Debbie. I go ahead.
They had the official ribbon cutting, and it's something that this board was very involved with. So I want to encourage people to go see the artwork and the wall that's put up. It's quite lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, so on that, thank you so much. Hiram is just a wonderful human being, and I got to know very well. Some of the politicians said, "Oh, we drove by it. It looks great." Don't drive by, walk by it. It really engage with it. He and his family are icons. So thank you very much for mentioning that, Debbie. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xavier. Like I was, saying on the new business, I wanted to, just start just brainstorming on the, Earth Day celebration. This, next year is, if we wanna have it on a Friday, like we've been having it, years prior. I think it's Earth Day, it is on, the 18th. Okay, no, 24th. Let me just triple check.
Malik has his hand raised. Malik has his hand raised.
Oh, Malik, hi. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I will be having my I mean, it's not business, but is it announcement time? I'm sorry. Am I about to say this around the right time?
Malik. Go ahead, make the comment.
Oh, okay, good. The December 20th, I'm gonna have my annual toy drive where I'll give to kids in the hospital, as far as Jacoby, Harlem, and different shelters. I'll have the flyer by Monday, in which I'll distribute it to the board office. So I just wanted to let everybody know, we will be accepting donations for toys if possible. But I'll keep everybody informed, but I just wanted to mention it now.
Thank you, Malik.
Thanks, Malik. We'll wait for the flyer.
All right.
Please send it to me also, I can lock it out.
Will do.
You, for Earth Day,
Friday is the 8th. Yes.
so the actual, Earth Day is on April 22nd, which is a Tuesday. But in prior years, we've had the Earth Day celebration on Friday. So I wanted to see if it's okay that we could continue the Fridays, April 18, and we can start just brainstorming on organizations to bring and, the same thing that we've done in prior years, maybe more engaging.
Well, do you want it to have it where it's more just in or multi-generational?
That's what I'm saying, like, I wanna brainstorm as of like now, December, so we can start working on it like January and February and have something by March.
If it continues in the line that it's going, then it would be more so for school children. And the school buses, and that generates a lot of energy. And I think that that's also a good thing, but if we wanna make it multi-generational, then we would invite, we had more outreach to different organizations, like different senior centers, so that would be.
Multi-generational.
Earth Day.
What's the theme of the issue?
Multi-generational.
What's the theme? Like, you think you want a theme?
Oh, I.
Our planet is the theme. Our power, our planet is in 2021. 55th anniversary of Earth Day. So you can say our power, our planet, what can you do? And then that can invite, young people, different populations to say, what can you do?
And how can we work together to continue living in this world and make it.
But the views is short.
Try to invite some of the people.
Right, I did actually, I had art, culture come in and they brought tea for everyone to sample, like almond tea and stuff like that. So that was a great connection that I made a couple of years ago. I like that.
I thought with the school also, was it last year or the year before that the woman had quorums?
That year too.
It was last
year, right?
But that last year was the first year.
Yeah,
I had the word, some people feel that it's like, oh, but I think it was kind of cool to kind of like show.
Even the student,
Yeah.
the student ate the pear and then gave it to the worm.
Oh, I thought you were just saying he gave a worm.
I mean. We're not going back.
I think interactive things like that, the presentations that you had were really great.
Right.
You know, maybe just to add a component for seniors, you know, maybe they could be inside or something where you can have a conversation with them. You know, like what, this is the 55th anniversary of Earth Day, like what have you done in your lifetime with things like
What happened at the first Earth Day?
or even if they knew or they didn't know, you know, practices that in your lifetime have you seen changes or something like that.
Yeah, this is gonna be our fourth year actually. Cool. Look at that, keeping that tradition. Jessica will be so proud.
When I hear it, sounds good when we say intergenerational. I had challenges when I hear here and how do we make the interaction cross generation. We all want to have things that interact. But we have intergenerational things that interact with where generations learn generation.
Maybe we could partner them with certain, a school with a senior center, partner with them together and then have them interview each other or something like that.
We have intergenerational.
They can interview each other.
General.
Very bad. Same NYC map, data from last month. And they were collecting stories.
Right.
You have seniors.
Yeah.
It's focused.
Cool. But it's better of like just matching them. Or maybe the school, whether the school is the closest senior center to them. Foster, like, survey.
How our students are, like, if they're doing some type of project that supports Earth Day and how it will be preventative, right, for the future when they actually become seniors. Like there was one project where the kids were putting the plans and or
Right, it's like a poster.
And they had seen that the changes that they had done it for 2 years, and it was a project that they, it was a project. And then they had noticed that a lot of changes had happened just in the 2 years. That conversation could develop with seniors saying, well, I remember how this was happening. Here, oh, yeah, and then that conversation can really, in 2 years is a long time for a child, 20 years is not that long for a senior.
I would like to see how young people can see how world and the environment are impacting seniors and how they see the world. I'd like to see how seniors can see how younger people interact and impact as they interact together. This is something I think is needed.
Yes, Tapashi, you have the floor. I'm sorry, I can't see.
Tapashi, go.
Hi. So I remember last year there were buses of kids who came to the Earth Day, to the Earth Day event. Is it a tabling opportunity? And is there anything? Of course, like Earth Day is very busy for parks, but is there anything like you want the Parks Department to be present, like maybe the Urban Park Rangers or some other topics that you want us to focus on?
I remember the park rangers coming in last year and talking about, I believe it was owls or no, dolphins or something like that.
Just think about like birds.
Right, like wildlife and how the earth, you know, like how they are impacted by everything that is going on.
You when we went to the event, the Vital Parks thing, they had a whole, the Rangers had a whole setup with, you know, animals, some animals, some of the pelts. I mean, they had a nice little, set that maybe, you know, you could bring them. And then there was another, a long time ago, I don't know when it was, but they had a campaign that said that animals are New Yorkers too.
Mhm.
Yeah, tables would be definitely welcome,
Yeah,
and so the park rangers would definitely be
Yeah.
welcome.
absolutely.
Yes, please, and this is why I wanted to bring it up like now, so we can brainstorm the whole month of December, like take a little break for the holidays, and go back in January full of ideas, so we can get a, you know, flyer out by the end of, March, and everything already be set. You know what I mean? I don't wanna do anything in April, only then wait for the actual date of the event.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Where would the event be this year? Is it, where would the event be?
We will brainstorm and see who will be. We will see who can host us this time. Usually we had it at the Museum of the City of New York. Either there or we'll see a different space, but they are always so welcoming and make a place to.
I'm told we could just helpful to the community.
So yes, thank you, Sebastian. Please, we'll connect with regards to the Earth Day. Just keep it in mind, Friday, April 18th.
Okay. And I'll flag it to the Rangers and have them put it on their calendar to see if anyone's available.
Before, huh?
Sebastian, do you know about the like the lifeguard hiring timeline by any chance? Because I know we've had like complaints in this district, like, you know, pools aren't open during parts of the like hot season because they're short staffed. So maybe, I don't know if NYC Parks helps with like a volunteer program, or like, you know, in terms of like the lifeguard training, or just have staff you know, stationed at a pool for safety reasons. I don't know if that's something that you can help us look into. Or, and if that would be in time for the summer season, it being in April.
So let me see if I'm understanding you correctly. You're looking for, because the lifeguard shortage is citywide, but there have been initiatives to try and push the recruitment effort forward. So is your ask to have like a table providing
Yeah.
information on how Parks is recruiting lifeguards?
Yes, do you think that's like, that's feasible within like the April, by the time we have it in April, and if it would be, you know, maybe hopefully impactful by the summer season when the pool's open?
I'm not sure their timeline, but I can find out for you.
Thank you.
I think actually it's starting right now. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure either, but I think April might be late for the lifeguards. I think at that point, right? So I think the lifeguard recruitment push is really right now in the winter.
Right, we're sharing the information right now too, so I was
Yeah.
hoping, well, if anything to help increase that effort as well.
Yeah,
If you can-
I'll send a couple links in the chat from our parks website, but they're recruiting now, and I believe they do skills training and test off in I think either like February or March. I'll send a couple links to our parks website with our lifeguard information.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Yeah, but I'll inquire with the group too, because I think it really has been since we've had the shortage since 2020, we've been pushing really hardcore, and they've been present at most events. So even for the Jackie Robinson April 14th event, they had wanted to table, but I don't think they had they weren't organized at the time. But so I'll reach out to the group and find out what the timeline is, and if they have if they could table for the April 18th event.
Awesome, and then yeah, maybe they could even recruit for the next year as well, so that'd be appreciated. Thank you, Tabashi.
Mm-hmm.
question that I have is, are there any like senior clean advocacy groups that you know of that maybe they can come to our events so that then they can foster that interaction with other seniors and young people? Like green silver foxes or something like that, I don't know, you know. Yeah, I was so. But I'm just wondering if there's any, you know, folks that have been in the work so long, that maybe this happens. Yeah, there's stories too.
All right, I couldn't hear the question very clearly.
Do you know of any senior groups that are park or climate change advocates that we can probably reach out to invite to our April 18th event?
Did you get that?
Yeah, I think I have. Let me think on it a little bit and get back to you.
Thank you, Tabashi.
That'd be great.
No problem.
Okay, so now we have a couple of ideas. People brainstorming, and we're gonna table these for next month when we come back. Anyone else have any questions on the one? Roll call and then adjourn.
Anything else have any new business?
No.
I have nothing else to do.
I did have. About it. Y'all open with, I believe, voting different parts and whatnot. Have you gone to Magic Garden recently?
Yes, I did yesterday. There was a discussion on outside. What's Xavier just mentioning, I don't know. Who's here? Xavier mentioned that there was question happened yesterday with the developers and the commissioner of parks was there, the Ronald's office, Ariane was there, and I don't remember the name, and Maggie was there, and a couple of other volunteers had concerns with regards to the wall being turned, you know, like demolished, what was the property line of the new building, so all of that still like in the works because we don't know a lot of details. Yesterday was literally my first time even hearing about this concern, and I'm gonna have a follow-up with her. Or with her, with Maggie. You're welcome to come. I'll give you the information. It's like, yeah, just
property lines are always an issue because, you know, folks create gardens, have it downtown as well. And then the developers that came in and they were like, oh, you have to save the garden, and they were like, they lost the battle because it was a property line and they had to give up that part of the garden.
Right, that's exactly what we're trying to find out, if
So like DOP should, you can definitely see on like city planning, zoning.
Yeah, that's part of my.
we're gonna do.
Determine like this is the property here, and I think I said, I think it's part of the finance that holds the property and tax records.
Yeah, I just wanna be strategic and not pay too much that I don't know about, you know what I mean? I need to like have facts and papers in front of me to say, okay, no, wait a minute, this belongs, or right, and it does not belong to the building owner and whatnot.
But just to let you know, that just what happened the last time that town dates.
But that's only in fact that if it's.
But the key thing that I
The
think.
key thing that I wanna find out is, 'cause I wanna protect all of our green spaces, we don't have a lot of green space.
Right, and the illegality, right, if this belongs to me, this belongs to me, period. However, the key thing that I'm gonna keep on reiterating. The wall, there's a wall there that has art in there, that has been there for over 36 or something years, maybe 40 years. So that's now, it's history, it holds history, it holds value. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna have a sit down with Maggie and a couple of other people to like be strategic about it. The developers are willing to commit, to talk, but they have to give us a couple of other information. If it's really in fact their land, then we'll see what how we can all be in agreement.
And just to add to it, the reason why I know about it because it was my job that commissioned the artwork that was in the garden. And it was there for a number of years, and we were trying to say the same thing about save the art, and we lost. The garden lost, and the artwork was destroyed.
So just to put it out there also, the developers did say that they're more than willing, that they will put a new wall, right? A new wall, if it gets destroyed, whatever, they're gonna demolish that wall, they're gonna put a new wall, and they will pay to redo the art, so I'm gonna have a discussion on Saturday, and I'll bring whatever information I have to the group. Are there any other big statements? That's the only one that I know about, and just because it was Xavier that actually brought it up, right? And I was able to make it on Wednesday. Roll call, Khalid, please.
Okay, Jocelyn Cruz, still absent. Rosa Diaz.
Present.
Cameron Johnson, wants to excuse. Connie Lee.
Present.
Thank you, Malik McCullough.
Present.
Thank you, Samantha Pedrero.
Present.
Debbie Quinones. Russell Schuler. Michelle Wiltar Clement.
Present. Thank you, and we are adjourning at 7:34. Yay, happy night, happy holiday. Happy holiday. We made history today.
I know you happy.
Happy holidays.
See you there.
Okay, you guys want to see Matt Denbridge's
Get me at the recording.
if I, there are any way that I feel like lawyers need to be involved.